Hey guys, it's Paul, combat veteran, MMA fighter, YouTuber, and today we are checking out an awesome video that's been going viral, or rather awesome and sort of terrifying, but a cash and transit vehicle that foils an attempted robbery through some pretty high intensity, aggressive driving. Let's get into it. Alright, so first off, you see that the robbers trying to get at this vehicle have started an ambush, right? And classic ambush tactics, you open up with as much firepower as you can, as fast as you can. And, you know, that sounds like an assault rifle, especially if it's from the inside of a truck. And as you probably know, for most standard vehicles, an assault rifle round is going to punch through almost every part of that except for the engine block, right? But of course, this is a cash and transit vehicle, so it's pretty up-armored. And you see, soon afterward, the driver, he's looking around, he's getting his situational awareness. Okay, so we can see there that one of the rounds has hit the glass on the driver's side door. Because this is in South Africa, of course, he's sitting the opposite of the United States vehicles. But that's the same sort of glass that we had on our MRAPs in Afghanistan, and it can take actually a tremendous amount of punishment. And you can see, I would bet that that's probably a 223 round or a 7.62, some assault rifle caliber round. So again, you see it was able to stop it, but now he's lost his ability to have visual on that entire side, and that's the side where the threat is. But you can also notice that he immediately began to drive evasively, right? He swerved left and right, changed lanes, just anything to get himself out of the kill zone. Because again, I'm assuming that there's one or more vehicles attempting to pull up alongside him, possibly even block him in. So in order to prevent being boxed in, he immediately just starts behaving in a way that it's harder for his adversaries to predict. Alright, so he has what looks like an M4 with an ACOG. That ACOG is a very, very expensive scope that uses tritium to always basically have a reticle up. It also has, I think, a 1.5 or 2 times magnifier, right? So it's meant to engage targets at mid distances, but can also be really effective at a close distance. And you see he is, well, let's take a look. Alright, so he is, it sounds like, trying to get as much speed as he possibly can, put the maximum distance between himself and the adversaries. He's also pulled all the way to the left side of the road. On one hand, that sort of boxes him in, but on the other hand, he knows that there's only one side where the threat can approach from. Okay, so it looks like another enemy. You know, I'm going to use the word enemy, even though robbery, enemy, it's a little, you know, I'm using the context that I know. So you've got that pickup truck, that Toyota Hilux, that just tried to ram him off the road. And I checked online, this is not in a US-style armored truck where it's much bigger than everything else on the road. It's actually just a pickup truck. So it's significantly heavier because we know, again, that it's armored, but it's not necessarily that much bigger than these trucks, so they can sort of bully it around the road. Yep, simple truth of evasive driving is that you've got to be able to tell what is actually going to stop your vehicle from moving and what is going to what is just a nice to have, right? So again, you see him swerving between lanes, you see him hanging U-turns, you see him truly driving evasively. Now, it's really important that when you're doing evasive driving that you don't get your vehicle stuck. And this is something that, again, we had giant, very powerful MATVs in Afghanistan, and you would be surprised at how small of an obstacle it took to trap those vehicles. A mud, a little culvert, even just a side of the road, a road bank at enough of an angle that it catches the underside of your truck, and you're in trouble. So it actually requires a lot of fast instincts to be able to know, okay, can I safely make this U-turn? Can I safely drive onto the grass here? Again, think, even something as small as like a little, you know, shin-high chain link fence around your tires or axle could put you dead in the water.
Coming off that.
Okay, so he's hung his Yui, and he has figured out that they are actually the enemy is trying to pursue him. This is, again, common in both the military world and you know, I'm going to say the criminal world, but this is usually called a pursuing action or a pursuit. And honestly, I gotta say, if you were a criminal, it seems like a really bad call, right? Because you've got to assume your target has pushed out of the ambush zone, right? They've escaped the ambush, and now you're on your back foot. So it's a little tough, both tactically, to do this, to engage in this pursuit off of a failed ambush, but it's even harder because you've lost the advantage of surprise, right? You're not going to surprise the people you're trying to ambush with anything because they know you're out there.
Coming after us.
So you notice that? Again, evasive driving. He just drove the complete wrong way, it looks like, down that highway. And again, if it's not busy, if you can safely do it, evasive driving, all rules are off. So he's now, looks like he has done a K-turn. And this is, to me, the most, the part that makes this viral video wild is that now his adversaries have gotten in their trucks and they have started their pursuit or are getting into their trucks, and he is going to turn around and blow through them, right? And again, I don't know the full situation, but if in front of him is something like a traffic light or even just a very dense city block, or maybe the enemy has placed a vehicle blockade in front of him, and so he has no choice but to turn around and run back through the ambush zone to safety. But again, as he's discussed, he knows that they are already packing up their ambush site and trying to engage in a pursuit. So it's not as dangerous as it was when he first went in there.
They're gonna shoot. They're gonna fucking shoot.
Wow, yeah, that was intense. You can see the person to the right of the screen who was a dismount, right, not in a vehicle, taking pot shots at them. You can see he hit the passenger side window there. Just this is incredible. And whoever manufactured the armor on this truck, this armored glass, man, they need to get their name out there, because this is combat tested. Right, and this is the reason this vehicle's still running. It's because that glass stopped those rounds, and presumably the cab and doors are armored. Again, for assault rifle rounds, which is pretty impressive.
Found Robbie. Found Robbie. Found Josh. Ask him where they are.
Okay, so that was a very abrupt stop. It sounds like he hit something, but it looks like he was sort of preparing. He almost, okay, so this may be open to interpretation. What I think is occurring is that his vehicle's engine is taking damage and he feels his vehicle starting to lose power. And once it loses power, right, his enemy will be able to catch up to him, right, because their vehicles are intact and no one's been shooting at them. And so now he's tried to ditch his vehicle in a tactically advantageous position, and is calling for backup, calling for reinforcements. And this is, again, tactically totally sound, right? Ultimately, when you get ambushed, and I can tell you this from absolute personal experience, your priority is getting out of that kill zone. You have to fight your way out, tooth and nail if you have to, and then once you've got a little bit of distance, right, once you are not in that kill zone, then you can start to phone for reinforcements, coordinate if you have air assets, whatever your next step is to get some help. But your priority is always getting immediately out of that ambush. Because think about it, the enemy chose the time, they chose the location, they chose the equipment, they have every advantage and you have none. So your job, number one, is to get out of there.
Fucking shoot him. He's natural. He's natural.
Okay, oh, so it appears that maybe now he is either gotten his vehicle stuck, right? It sounds like he's driven up on a curb and the vehicle's sort of stuck, or the damage to the vehicle is finally now too great and he has to get out. Okay, interesting. So the driver must have also been the primary security guy because he had 3 magazines in a magazine pouch on his chest. So you know that he was here. He's the primary shooter in this scenario. You can see he gets out maybe to, I imagine, either confront the enemy. He may be just getting out and showing force, demonstrating, hey, I've got this rifle, I'm here, and I'm prepared to engage you. And hopefully that would be enough for these people to say, hey, we didn't kill the driver, he's armed, he's ready for us, we need to back away before we get killed, right? No amount of cash is worth this. Alright, and that does it. Guys, just wanted to do this quick breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have a different thought process over what... Comment down below if you guys have a different thought process on what you think happened, especially towards the end there. Again, it's a little hard when you only have the perspective of the dash cam. But again, also, if there's any other cool videos you want me to check out, let me know. Of course, subscribe to the channel for more military reaction content. And yeah, check out my Instagram. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time.